Johansson says OpenAI CEO Sam Altman wanted to hire her to voice Sky, but that she declined the offer due to personal reasons. Altman insinuated the intentional similarity when he tweeted a single word, her. Altman adding in a statement, "The voice of Sky is not Scarlett Johansson's, and it was never intended to resemble hers. Out of respect for Miss Johansson, we have paused using Sky's voice in our products."
I'm sure that you program this thing and you use all the data that people have pulled up from everything on the web to see whose voice did they like. Anybody could pretend to be you, even make a video of you doing, oh, God knows what. And there's nothing you can do other than tracing it electronically to say that wasn't me, or showing that I couldn't have been there. Hi viewers, welcome back. Dave Epstein here from the Post-Pollock firm, talking about the law. This installment, the discussion is about the big bad wolf on everybody's mind. No, it's not the election. No, it's not climate change, at least not today. Today it is AI. Just a brief discussion about this, but there was a story in the news. I'll play it for you and you can see for yourselves.
OpenAI's virtual assistant Sky
Hello. I'm really excited about teaming up with you.
sounds, quote, eerily similar to her own.
Hi. How you doing?
The actress famously played an artificial intelligence system in the movie Her in 2013.
Do you have a name?
Yes. Samantha.
Now warning, tech is imitating art too closely.
First of all, there's intellectual property issues here. I'm not an intellectual property lawyer. I know something about it. That's where you talk about trademarks, trade names, copyrights, patents, misappropriation of somebody's likeness. And that's really what we're talking about here. It's Scarlett Johansson's voice. Usually what you see is misappropriation of their image or misappropriation of a byline, a trademarked commentary or a patented process, something like that. Here it's the likeness. And in this case, it's the likeness is of her voice. It once again points out, what is becoming the big bad wolf, something that people only thought of in the abstract and really didn't think much about it until this AI business started to become real. And it's become real because technology is advancing faster than any of us could have imagined. And what it can do in the world of entertainment, arts, and the like is replicate things that people have been doing traditionally and maybe do it better in some respects, but certainly copy something and maybe not even on purpose. I don't know how the algorithms work for AI on trying to find out which voice is the most pleasing to people. I'm sure that you program this thing and you use all the data that people have pulled up from everything on the web to see whose voice did they like. Well, if you saw the movie Her, I did. It was a very good movie. Scarlett Johansson is the voice of the AI, his Alexa or whatever you want to call it, his digital girlfriend, and she did sound pleasing. She's got a very nice voice. The thing is, she's used to being paid for her voices. She should be paid for her voice if you're going to replicate it or use it. Apparently, and we can see more of the story here, but apparently this is not the first case. I saw a couple of voice actors were complaining and had brought a lawsuit about someone who was using their names, their voices, after having tried to hire them to provide voiceover work, or maybe having hired them to do voiceover work, but where their releases did not mean you can use this for everything in the world and just start creating my voice. And that's what happens. And we're already seeing, all sorts of problems with that. With somebody can impersonate you, get yourself into trouble without doing anything. So this is an area of law. Well, it's an emerging area of law, originally having to do with intellectual property, using somebody's likeness. having this thing write a book, and it turns out it uses whole sections from somebody else's book because it manufactures these words based upon prior models. It's recreating music. They say these things can write symphonies. And it's going to raise that, but it's going to raise other areas. Among other things, the big one is going to be criminal law. Recently, where somebody was making, let's say, racy photos of young ladies, and you could superimpose their faces, if you know how to use this stuff, right into something that they didn't do and you wouldn't want to see them doing. Or you could frame somebody for doing something. I could see that happening. I could see this as a defense being used all the time. Well, the video's not me. The video was an AI recreation of me. I couldn't have been me. You better have an alibi, by the way, if you do that. So what's happening now is we have, well, the case with Scarlett Johansson, but we're going to see more of this. And we're going to see more with artists, musical artists. That we had enough with the Napsters and the hijacking songs and people downloading without having to pay for things. And they dealt with that for years. But now we have machines that can actually recreate your songs, your entire sound, your unique guitar sound. And the question's going to be, how are we going to regulate that? How are we going to deal with that? What sort of laws are on the books, but what sort of laws do we need on the books on a going forward basis to address that? Let's see if they add anything else about Scarlett's situation in this video.
Johansson says OpenAI CEO Sam Altman wanted to hire her to voice Sky, but that she declined the offer due to personal reasons. The actress telling NBC News when she later heard the AI voice, she was shocked, angered, and in disbelief. She points out Altman insinuated the intentional similarity when he tweeted a single word, her, the day the ChatGPT product was announced. Altman has previously said Her is his favorite movie about AI.
But yeah, I think Her got something deeply right on the interface.
OpenAI categorically denies the allegations, saying the company cast the voice actor behind Sky before reaching out to Johansson. Altman adding in a statement, the voice of Sky is not Scarlett Johansson's, and it was never intended to resemble hers. Out of respect for Miss Johansson, we have paused using Sky's voice in our products.
Seems like they felt the same way I do about some of these things and where this is going. How often can this happen to almost anybody? Scarlett Johansson found out because she's got a lot of followers on whatever she does, X, Twitter, whatever we call it now. She has a lot of followers, and they pick up on this. I mean, I think part of the problem is the people driving AI and driving this technology are not lawyers per se, and they're not social philosophers. They do not necessarily think about the implications of what they're doing and talking to legislators and talking to people in the political legal community before they start doing it to make sure that they don't run into problems. And I see that more and more frequently. And here you have one good example, but I'm sure we will see many, many more over the next couple of years, maybe next couple of decades. But somebody's got to wrestle this thing down, because you can see where anybody could pretend to be you, even make a video of you doing, oh, God knows what. And there's nothing you can do other than tracing it electronically to say that wasn't me, or showing that I couldn't have been there. Imagine the difficulty of that. And this stuff is very real. It's very realistic. So beware of it and keep track of it. Hope this helped you in some way. Dave Epstein from Post Pollock. Hope to see you next time.